So Gamers Episode 8 is a pretty interesting episode. It literally starts off introducing a brand new character who at first we don't know who exactly she is other than the fact that she's this president of this club. And she's very, very perverted, as you can see her sniffing the seats that all the pretty characters were sitting on and her going to buy adult video games. So you understand what type of a character she is on the inside and who she portrays on the outside. But we don't know until later in the episode, in the second half, that she's actually Chiaki's sister. And it just makes everything even kind of more amusing because just all these characters and how they link up together, it always makes it more fun. But I did enjoy the first half of the episode. It was very different. It kind of felt a little off at the beginning. I was like, it's kind of interesting that they're introducing this character and we don't know exactly how this is going to play in. But I do like how she is related to Chiaki, and how that's probably going to play a factor later on in the series because Amano does recognize her, at least it seems like that. So I enjoyed the first half, but it's the second half where this episode really comes to life, where we have the game of life. How do you make misunderstandings even more ridiculous when all the characters already are convinced each of the other characters are in love with the other when in fact they already have a boyfriend or girlfriend, but they think their boyfriend or girlfriend is with the other person? And then you have the game of life, which the rules of fate just... they didn't have everything in order for these characters because literally everyone, like all the misunderstandings that we know are false, get basically confirmed in the game of life, at least to these characters. Amano ending up with not Tendo, Uehara thinking that Amano's stealing his girl, them having babies in the game of life. And I thought it was very, very amusing. Mainly because we're 8 episodes in, it's very hard to keep misunderstandings fun. So what they end up doing is they take the game of life and just confirm the misunderstandings for these characters, and it makes it all the more amusing. But what's even better is because it seems like everything's starting to go okay. Like all the characters are feeling like, oh, Amano has his girlfriend, Uehara has his girlfriend, everything's fine. And then ultimately Amano pretty much says, hold my beer, I'm gonna start up the misunderstandings again, and talks about his online friend just as Chiaki is walking in and pretty much gets flustered, especially if you see at the end of the episode after the credits, she's basically passed out, like blushing in just the most absurd face. So we know in the coming episodes this is gonna be interesting because now she pretty much thought she needed to hate Amano, but now her best friend online turns out to be the guy she hated. And we know that's going to cause some drama in itself. And I really feel like, I said this before, the only way I could see a series like this ending is if they all just part ways by the end. When all the misunderstandings are kind of concluded, they're all just like, alright, we'll see ya, and just walk away. Because how do you come off of such a ridiculous misunderstandings? Either they fix it, or they all just say, you know what, we had fun, let's just part ways and do our own thing. And it's going to be interesting to see where Gamers is going to go, but I thought this was a very fun episode. The first half didn't have me laughing, but it had me amused. I thought it was interesting seeing the more kind of perverted adult side character, but then with the second half doing the game of life and just how it amplifies the misunderstandings by confirming it for these characters, and ultimately the end reveal with Amano is going to play obviously a heavy factor within episodes 9 and 10, maybe even the rest of the season. Very excited to see where this goes. I thought just overall, voice acting and animation and art department were once again, they did exactly what they needed to. It didn't feel like they heightened anything as much as they did in past episodes, but I felt like the scenes they needed to, the stuff with the perverted character in the beginning, and even the stuff with the game of life, I felt like they did go above and beyond what they needed to. But obviously, we're almost done the season. There isn't going to be amazing jaw-dropping animation and art techniques, you know, non-stop. So it's understandable, especially because this is just a game of them playing a board game for the most part. So they didn't really need to go that extreme, but when they did, I definitely appreciated it. But overall, I thought Gamers did a fun job. This wasn't my favorite episode, but it did have me very amused from start to finish, and I'm hopeful that this new character is going to bring something new to the table in the coming episodes. Maybe she will, maybe she won't, because we are so close to ending the season, but I'm hoping that she'll have some sort of an important role, or just add some more comedy to this cast of characters, and I'm really excited to see where this new drama tension is going to go, now that Amano dropped the ball on his online friend. That's going to be interesting. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What did you think of this episode overall? And how did you enjoy the game of life and just the misunderstandings getting even more ridiculous? Let me know your thoughts. And before you leave, smack that like button, show your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.